haven't been doing part 2s to stories, but I'm pretty intrigued and fascinated by more of what you guys are doing. And what I want to talk about is what we were just speaking of, which is what you're doing is kind of like a Playboy magazine, but very different. Explain that to me a little bit.
Yeah, so one of the things I was just talking about is Playboy magazine. One of the things, first of all, I gotta say Playboy did a lot of good for America and for the world by taking the stigma out of this type of beautiful art and celebrating the fact that women are beautiful and empowered to do whatever they want with their bodies and their sexuality and however they want to express themselves. However, the women that are in their magazines are only one type of woman. And when you look through the magazine, you're going to basically see the same type of woman every single month.
Sure.
You're not going to get very much diversity. And so one of the things when I start polling men and talking to women is they want to see, and women actually really love looking at Playboy, Maxim, sites like this because they want to see, like, what is it that men want? How can I look beautiful?
And
like,
what do they want?
What do men want?
What have you discovered?
What I've discovered is men want real women.
And that's what you have on your
site. They
site.
want women who have personality. They have so many diverse tastes, and what they want in women is unbelievable. I have this really cool story I love to tell, where I was at a Fast Company party, and I ran into this guy who, if you were to actually stereotype him, you could probably figure out what kind of woman he'd like. And he came up to me and he said, "I love Zivity." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, there's this one model on your site that just really moves me. And when I see her pictures, I imagine myself in her kitchen baking brownies with her, because she has this set where she's baking brownies."
Right.
And I said, "Yeah," and she's like, "She's so happy." And I'm like, "That's our model, Cricket. Cricket's a plus-size model." And I said, "Wow." I was like, and he's like, and the other thing is that, basically, she's expanded my horizons on what is beautiful. I mean, because she is curvy and just beautiful. Like, she's gorgeous, and she wears these awesome corsets, and she's always so happy. And that really just opened, his mind to what, and he told me, he's like, if you look around this room and you see a lot of these women here, I could pinpoint what type of women I used to date. And he's like, and now, I realize I could be happy with a different type of woman than I thought I could.
Now, this is not a dating service by any means.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm sure dating will happen, as it does happen in any other social networking site of any kind. But it's a fan site. So if you think about it, we're primarily for building a fan base.
And how did you come up with this idea?
Well, it came to me about 10 years ago. It's an idea that came out of my head. I come from a family of artists, and basically I was a subscriber to a site called Nerve.com.
I remember Nerve.
Yeah, I love Nerve. But one of the problems I saw there, first of all, I started spinning off into a dating site. I wasn't interested in dating, but I wasn't able to connect with the people in the pictures they had on their site, or the photographers, and try to figure out, like, what kind of coffee did they drink? What books did they read? Like,
right.
I couldn't
more
figure
interaction.
out, I wanted more interaction. And then sites like MySpace, YouTube, Flickr, all of these sites appeared, which solved the interaction piece, but it didn't solve paying the artist piece.
Will you be here tomorrow?
I will be.
Okay, I just want to say, if you guys are interested in knowing more about Zivity, I would really like for you to post a question here, and I'll come back and ask it to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I really, really appreciate it.
Thanks.